In most people's eyes, Kanye West can be summed up in one word. Pardon my French, but that word is asshole. Although West has become an extremely successful and talented artist, selling 4 consecutive platinum albums and producing unquantifiable hits, most cannot forgive his antics. Even President Obama called him a jackass. Some of his most well-known asshole moments include stating that George Bush doesn't care about black people, as Mike Myers awkwardly stood on during the Hurricane Katrina relief concert. He took a cameraman's camera away from him and smashed it on the ground, leaving him with a count of battery and theft on his record. Finally, the moment that trumps all, the recent incident with Taylor Swift. Kanye stormed the stage while Swift was receiving her award and proceeded to say, "Yo Taylor, I'm really happy for you, I'll let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time." Looking past all of these instances brings me to a stunning conclusion. Kanye West may be an asshole, but nobody else had the audacity to say and do in what he does, and this is why he should be inducted into the World Hall of Fame. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution gives Americans the right to the freedom of speech, and Kanye exercises this right to the fullest. Beginning with his George Bush doesn't care about black people statement, nobody else had the boldness to say what he said.
Lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I do not agree with his specification of how George Bush doesn't care about blacks. However, I do agree with his overall message. All the commentators on CNN and ABC could not be as bold or blunt about it as he was. Clearly, the stranded people in New Orleans were being neglected by the government. Even still today, there are dilapidated houses and displaced families. Kanye honed in on the point that the government was not taking care of his people, and 8.5 million people that night saw this unforgettable moment. And in my opinion, this was a huge wake-up call that the government desperately needed. Next, there was a debacle with a photographer at the Los Angeles International Airport.
Bodyguards were arrested in Los Angeles on Thursday. TMZ posted this video. TMZ identifies the hooded man as West with his manager and bodyguard Don Crowley. The altercation is with paparazzi at Los Angeles Internet.
The paparazzi became too much for Mr. West and overwhelmed him, causing him to grab the camera and smash it into pieces. Yes, another asshole move, but personally, I would get fed up with a bunch of guys chasing me around all day with cameras. And yes, this is a lifestyle he asked for. But quite frankly, who cares if Kanye West just got off an airplane? Who cares? Because I sure don't. I also don't understand what interest people have in any celebrity's daily life. Who cares if Angelina eats Cheerios or Wheaties? Not me. Thank you, Kanye West, for taking some action on this issue, although I wouldn't recommend smashing things to construe frustration. Finally, the infamous Taylor Swift incident at the 2009 VMA Awards this past September. Before I start, I'd like to say that the VMA Award is fairly insignificant, but here goes.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
Wow. Again, he's being an asshole, and it was the wrong venue to vocalize his disappointment. But he shows the nerve to say what nobody else does. We can all agree that we've had our disagreements with an accolade given to an artist or movie star, but nobody storms the stage to refute it. Unfortunately for Kanye, he received the most backlash from this asshole moment, and it has severely damaged his reputation. Luckily for him, it was an award show that doesn't really matter. In the long run, I'm sure Mr. West will continue speaking his mind, but he motivates me to speak my mind. We all complain about things to our friends and family, but that won't get anything done, will it? For example, people complain about healthcare and the economy, and all the other daunting issues our nation faces. For example, but nobody tells anybody that can actually change anything. Whether you like him or not, Kanye is a model citizen in the light of speaking one's mind, and we all can learn a lesson or two from it, as long as we are kind and respectful, of course. Fortunately for Kanye, his asshole moments might just get him inducted into the World Hall of Fame.